finish the story.
I'm going to finish the story.
He did a big old when he came out too. I laughed my fucking dick off because he did. Who wants it? Who wants it?
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Well, I think remember too. Whenever we found the German Scheiser porn. Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
yeah.
That's all it is. The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. You know who it is. It is Adam. It is Matt. We are decaying with the boys, and we will miss WrestleMania as well because we can't stop tearing our triceps. You good?
It's made of glass.
Oh no,
real glass.
Cry me a river. So the boys have been a little busy bees since coming back here. I had my Eras tour, which made Taylor Swift stop singing and start dating that dreamboat Travis Kelce, while Adam leaned on his special counsel, and I decided to move the needle in a couple pods for you. So for this promo at the beginning of the show, I'm telling you guys that you can go check us both out by looking no further than January 22nd's episode of Between Two Pods, where we decided to get grilled flip sauced while our buddy Slade fired questions at us until he just absolutely bled us dry. And then Adam went on to feature on casting views for the Who's Coming to Dinner, where he and Dan both agree they made a dinner grouping that was better than mine in a significant manner. I will contest that.
What do you think?
I think I did a better job than you did.
You liked mine, though?
I did. It was so good.
You would have liked to be there.
I would have. Oh, yeah.
He said the people had to be famous, so I couldn't invite you.
So anyway, both
you'd come to Royal Rumble with us, though.
Okay, that's all I really wanted. Yeah. But both these show links will be in our show notes, so you can check out Between Two Pods and Casting Views. But you just make sure you tell them that the boys sent you. Oh, welcome back. Whoa! The boys are back in the saddle because I did run off for a week to South Carolina.
You went and finished your story?
I did finish my story because I ate barbecue outside at a place called Lewis's, which was amazing. And then I got to walk like right around the corner and go to Revelry.
Especially to eat barbecue outside in January. That's a special thing. Right?
I left the airport in Pittsburgh with 3-degree weather, and I had 2 layers of clothes on. And then I get to South Carolina, and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot to pack shorts. Yeah, and I got to see probably one of the funniest interactions between a bunch of people, drunk people on a Tuesday night, like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, beautiful.
Which is awesome. So if you're down in Charleston, South Carolina, King Street is awesome, and King Street is of no shortage of people like kind of getting together and doing bar crawls and stuff. But the one thing that always makes me happy is when I see inner turmoil in a large group of people. And I got to watch one guy figure out that his girlfriend was talking to another guy that was with his girlfriend.
That are all in the group.
They're all in the group together. And I'm just.
And they weren't in your group.
No.
So it's just excellent.
It was just me and my friends. We were sitting in the bar just staring at him going like, it's going to happen. And finally I just, yo, what's Denise, you're a slut! And that was
Jerry.
Yeah, and if you didn't listen to our other episode, Denise doesn't do the things with her butt. That's the problem.
We have to bleep that again.
But all that went down, and it was so much fun. But we did leave you guys with an episode, and just want to ask you guys. You guys listen to us all the time. Did you like it? Did you like what we do when we toss those things together? You don't want reduxes. You told me that. You don't want reduxes unless it was with famous people, and I can only put up David Howard Thornton's interview so many times. Okay. But
yeah, I mean, it's a little bonus content that you didn't get here.
Yeah.
That might have been left on the cutting room floor from the Mesher episode, so that was pretty cool.
I thought so.
And then me and you did a little sidebar after an episode a few weeks ago.
I like
threw that on there. I mean, if you don't want it for free, we'll put it behind a paywall.
Yeah, then you can suck it. Whoa!
And we'll stop editing it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys like it or you don't, just let us know. We have all of our social media out there. We're at DWTB on everything. So if you don't like it, let us know why, and we'll try to figure out.
Everything is free, paid for by our sponsors.
Thanks, Newsly. They dropped us.
Well,
see ya. So, Adam, because we are in round one, and while I was gone, I know you went out and you procured some of the best beers in the Berg. We're going to put that all together. What do we call it? Round one beers. What are we drinking?
Rain's Shadow Legends brings us round one beers.
Rain Shadow Legends.
We got a great beer here to start us off. It is from Trace Brewing here in Pittsburgh. It is their Schwartz beer, which is a German black lager. There's the sound effects.
Well, that's a wet boy, too.
Yeah, and Trace is over there in Bloomfield. They got a really nice space. They got a bunch of great beers on right now, including this one. And not only do they have this Schwartz beer available in cans to go and on tap, but they also have a Foeder-aged Schwartz beer that just hit the taps as you're listening to this about a week and a half ago. So go out there and try it. If you don't know what a Foeder is, it's a wooden vessel that they ferment the beer in. So it gives it an oaky flavor. And I had one about a week ago, and it was
delicious,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So get out there and try it.
Well, I can tell you right now, too, this this is a Schwartz beer is supposed to be nice and straight to the punch here. It's a low ABV with a high flavor profile, and that's exactly what we have right now. This thing is packed.
Yeah, 4.6.
It's packed pretty solid with flavor, and Adam poured his out like a classy gentleman, and I just take mine from a can because I'm still a savage from South Carolina. But yeah, this thing, nice malty notes, that nice even flavor profile throughout, and I'm getting like a little bit of plum at the very end, just a little.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting a big like dark chocolate in the middle, and then it finishes plum raisin almost. Yeah, somewhere
like
between a plum and a raisin.
Sticking in there a little bit.
That's what I like with my Schwartz beers. Actually, a lot of my dark European beers, I like that little afternoon.
So if you want us going with Trace, you search around all social media. It's Trace Brewing Company on Facebook, Instagram, X, and a couple other places. They have a coffee shop too that you can go to, and they just opened up another. Wasn't it another storefront?
They announced another location. It's not open yet.
Okay,
but they will be opening another one not too far from where they're at now.
That's cool.
I think it's kind of over by the Penguins Arena.
Oh, that perfect because something needs to go over there.
Yeah.
Aside from construction. So, Adam, while we sip on this delicious beer, we got to get into some combat sports news. So from Buckle to Bell to Bellator and back, the boys bring you the best combat sports news in the biz.
And nothing happened while Matt was gone.
Nothing. And it's going to be a boring. What the fuck is happening?
Everything's happening all at once.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
From the most severe and bad and horrific and disgusting that can exist to injuries.
I need an adult.
Yeah.
I'm away and with shitty internet service, and I'm just watching the worst things happen. So just briefly to touch on some of these things, and we'll talk about a couple of these things. Vince McMahon is likely the most deplorable person that's ever graced the Forbes top 500. CM Punk tore his triceps again. Seth Rollins ripped his meniscus again. WWE somehow signed up with TNA because Muscle Mummy Jordan Grace came through on the Royal Rumble.
Oh my God. My favorite part of the whole Royal Rumble, both of them. The Women's Royal Rumble, Jordan Grace came out at like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Holy cow, the whole basement down here went fucking nuts.
Oh, I love Jordan Grace.
Lots of the gentlemen liked her. A lot of the women were like, who the fuck is that? Everybody said, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And that's when you know you have a spectacle. That's what pro wrestling used to be in the 80s, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you see somebody out there with that physique, and you go, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, and then she proceeded to have a great Rumble. I mean, she showed out. And you know that WWE is signing up with them because they said, here comes the TNA Knockouts champion.
Yeah, she wore the belt out and everything.
Everything, just like Mickie James did. And then last but not least here, Naomi returned. Andrade returned. And Malachi Black allegedly wouldn't take pins, but he told David Meltzer to fuck off.
He did.
Yeah. So,
but also sounds like he's unhappy, so I think he's soon to return.
Yeah, I think so,
I hope he does, too. He's one of my favorites that isn't. They're not using him right.
They're not. I don't think they are, too. And
bring Brody Lee with you, too. I like that. I like that big meat mountain.
They can come out to God's hate. That'd be sick.
And he has the barking gimmick already, so you just pair him up with Braun Breaker, and they can be a killer-ass tag team.
One, leave Buddy Matthews back there. Yeah, that's okay. But I don't... Just to keep this episode lighthearted, I don't even want to go into anything with Vince McMahon.
No, it's horrific. It's gross.
Yeah.
Look into it, but he's accused even further into allegations of what we reported about a year ago.
Yeah, a summertime retirement party.
And apparently it's not just payoffs. There's some SA, there's some R, it's bad.
It's real bad. It's words that we don't like saying
ST.
because we don't want to give it
alleged ST.
Yeah.
So
it's they're
the worst of
yeah. There are federal subpoenas that have been launched.
Yeah, just right before we went live. Oh well, not live. We're not live, but
live.
Right before we recorded today. Yeah, it was announced that federal subpoenas are being brought against them. Several.
It's it's a pretty damning time.
And that's where I would like to leave it. I don't want to go into the details. It's all kind of gross, and none of it's funny or jolly. So
no, and we don't want to. And also,
it's been covered a ton throughout the last week. So
and also too, like if you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel unsafe, you dial 988. You can find help there. For anything that's going on with you, you can get people to help you 24/7, 988. You dial it into your phone. You can talk to somebody. You can text on your phone. And you can talk to somebody. Again, 988, and they'll take care of you. Boom. So we are going to go into some funny stuff. So some levity incoming.
Yeah.
UFC 298 fighters will face new challenges from USADA and a weight cutting program. So the California Fight Commission sent out a memo that fighters will face a new screen that could result in adverse action, Adam. And Nate Diaz is getting a little nervous because marijuana will now be on the screening panel, and any fighter who goes over 150 nanograms per milliliter would be considered, quote, over the limit. What's the penalty, you may ask? Do you get your fight canceled? No. Do you have to forfeit a belt? No. Do you have to pay back all the money to your fight camp or not get a payout purse? No. Just a $100 fine. A $100 fine that you pay directly to USADA because
there you go, California.
They need money. That's all this is.
At just $100 at a time. So the Diaz brothers are safe.
Yeah, they're fine. They have $100, I'm sure. They drink White Claws like it's going out of style. They have money. Whatever, bro. I'm just going to keep smoking. I don't really care, bro. So it's not really a deterrent. It's just a way for USADA to ascertain more power and more money. But fighters were also made aware of something that is kind of nice here. They got a 10-point weight cutting program that we put into place immediately. So the main point here throughout this weight cutting program, the one that stands out the most, is that fighters will be monitored, and if a fighter puts on more than 10% of their body weight plus 1 pound leading up to a fight night, they will be recommended to move up a weight class. This is to hopefully combat some troublesome weight cutting techniques. So do you think, Adam, with this kind of coming into play, will it kind of combat those techniques, and can we see a preservation movement on the health of the combatants in the UFC and possibly even Bellator?
Yeah, I mean, I like that if it's imposed, nationwide, worldwide, even just to level the playing field, because you got some big guys that can cut down real easy and some that can't really struggle with that weight cut. But I would like to see a proper middleweight at middleweight, not a light heavyweight that cut down to there.
Sickly.
You know what? Yeah, it's just let's get them in there healthy with their all the nutrition they can have. Yeah. And I think it'll be better fights.
I think so.
I think the only thing they might have to change is make a super heavyweight category for some of those bigger guys.
Yeah,
or because lifting the ceiling any more than it is ridiculous, because it's already from 205 to 265.
Right, yeah.
So I think you make a super heavy for everybody over 250 or something.
Do the old pride thing where anything over 325, you're just super, you're super heavy.
Right.
Yeah, and then you just see meaty men slapping meat.
I'm down with that.
Or meaty women.
I'm down with that. The women are just losing weight classes.
Yeah,
absolutely
crazy. It's their weight cutting techniques are far more dangerous than men.
Oh yeah, they're cutting way more percentage. They're cutting the same amount of pounds on already a smaller frame. Yeah. So
it's kind of, so I like to see that they're trying to at least combat some of these terrible techniques to hopefully promote some more health conscious fighters in the game.
I think that'll lessen the chance of injury. Yeah. Lessen the chance of just a fighter coming in there lackadaisical and lethargic from a bad weight cut. You're going to have these athletes at their full potential if you can do that. Because they're not trying to get down to that next weight class. They're all forced into the upper weight class, and I think that's a good move.
And that's a good thing. Yeah, the healthier the fighters are, the longer they can fight, the more money they can make, and the better fights they can put on. Because down here in the Jojitorium, we like the fighters. We love the talent. We want you guys and gals to be okay.
And to get paid.
Yeah, get paid. Speaking of getting paid, guess what? Oh, he's back. Oh, you didn't know? Yo ass better call somebody because Jake Paul is back for his next bout. And he's answering critics this time, Adam. He heard everybody out there finally, and he is going to fight a real fighter. So scheduled for March 2nd at the El Calcio de Puerto Rico in San Juan, the Problem Child will square off against Ryan the Rhino Borland. Now, the thing is, if you go into Ryan the Rhino Borland's record, you can see that he is 17-2 with 6 KOs. He is not one to say that he is a mid-card fighter. Going against Jake Paul, who's coming in at 8-1 because he lost the decision against Mr. Fury, but he has 5 KOs, but questionable. So
Ben Askren was one of those.
Ben Askren was one of them, right? And then Silva was one of them.
Yeah.
So Borland is making it clear that he will not take Paul lightly, but he is not respecting him. So Borland went on to say, Jake Paul steps into the ring with his social media clout, but let's not mistake followers for experience or skill. While he's been busy chasing likes, I've been honing my craft for years, stepping into the ring and beating real boxers. On Saturday, March 2nd, I will shock the world and put an end to Jake Paul's boxing career. I could not agree more because at this point, Jake Paul is in a make or break fight with the Rhino. If I could really put it in perspective here, this is the most formidable fighter in his weight class that he is going to take on. And I have to give him credit because he signed the contract and he's willing to take it on.
I'm glad you're giving him credit. I'm not. I think he should go against a pro Puerto Rican boxer in Puerto Rico and really put the challenge up.
Who would you, so do you have anybody in mind from down
No,
there?
not anymore. I used to be more into boxing, but I don't have. But anybody, like they got some killers down there.
They really do. It's like when you go to Thailand and you fight another American, like in kickboxing. Like, you're just there. You're wearing the cool headgear.
I mean, good job, but come on.
But I do give him credit because Borland does bring a lot of power and experience. He's young, he's hungry, he's fast on his feet, he's got good footwork. I think you're really going to see either a really good match or you're going to see Jake Paul get dismantled. Either way, I have to give Jake Paul credit because he's going in against a real fighter. Now,
and Borland's brother, Wes, plays for Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those days. But if you look at how this fight can go, if Borland somehow catches a magical right hook like Woodley did,
could be the first knockout of a Paul brother.
Also, too, it could be very speculative. If you think about it, if Borland takes a heavy shot and goes down fast in the first 3 rounds.
You're saying if he goes down.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be bad.
So then I think
that'd be bad for the sport.
You would start to really hear more of the rumblings of two camps. 1, Jake Paul's legit. 2, he is legitimately paying people off to suck the mat.
Right.
Yeah, and not me. The mat, like
to take a nap.
There you go. Yeah, not to be confused with me because you don't have. I mean, there's a short line. I'm like a there's Space Mountain and there's a Rat at the Carnival. I'm the Rat at the Carnival. The line is short, but I'm pretty reliable.
What's his first name?
Who's that?
Borland's first name?
Oh, Ryan. Ryan the Rhino Borland. Yeah, he's coming in pretty hot. I mean, 17-2 with 6 KOs. I mean, that's a pretty good record. It's.
Oh, I think we all know what you meant. He's your type.
Oh, what's my type?
He's not your type at all. He
no?
looks like nah.
Is he a power top?
No, he looks like he came out of a cornfield somewhere.
Ah, man. Yeah, well, I swing a certain way. But I think it's
looks like they plucked him right out of the middle of Indiana.
Nebraska. Bringing that corn-fed boy down here fighting them Puerto Ricans. That's what it's the same thing I just said. Like, if you go to Thailand and you fight another American, it doesn't really make sense. But, good luck. I think this is a good test for Jake Paul. I like to see what he can do here. So, Adam, we're going into your favorite segment in the first half, going over jobbing. So, number 1 here, Drew McIntyre has secretly signed a new contract with the WWE.
Yeah, I think so. I don't see him going anywhere. It is crowded in the main event scene, which he seemed to be a part of there, especially during the height of the shutdown. But I don't know. There's just not really a good alternative for him, I don't think. No. I mean, I'm sure he's making good money. AEW's wishy-washy with their fan turnout, and booking lately, so I think that's gone over. I think he did sign secretly. I saw reports from the dirt sheets that he just walked on his contract, but
well,
I don't believe it.
I think right now, I think for Drew McIntyre, he's got to feel a little disrespected because he wasn't in any kind of contention picture until CM Punk got hurt and Seth Rollins got hurt. Now all of a sudden he's coming out and he's like, I prayed for this to happen. Like to pick
great promo, by the way.
Yeah, it was really good. I do like it because Drew McIntyre is a fantastic talent. And he did carry that company during the pandemic. He did. He played to a fanless stadium while he held the title. I mean, he did a great job here. So I think at this point, Drew McIntyre probably signed very recently, I think, because WWE knows they need him because he is an instant injection into the star power that you need.
Oh, and he's instantly guaranteed a program with Punk when he returns.
And that'll be a great program.
Probably for a match or two before he tears his left tricep.
Ow. Whoa. So, number 2 here, Adam. Conor McGregor will return for one fight in the UFC, and then he will leave.
He's going to need money at some point.
He's in Roadhouse, motherfucker.
I think that's, straight to Amazon Prime. Looks like shit, by the way.
You still get paid.
Oh, fuck it.
You still get paid.
Who's it? Gyllenhaal's Swayze? Yeah.
Put some fucking respect on Jake Gyllenhaal's name.
They ruined the whole backstory. Oh, he's a MMA fighter who became a bouncer. I don't need that backstory. Swayze was a badass because he was a badass.
I like Swayze, too, in that movie because he's just like, this is just what I do.
Fucking Terry Funk's in that movie. Like, no, fuck. Yeah. Fuck this new one. I haven't even seen it yet. I saw the trailer and I'm pissed.
Can I go back to something too about Terry Funk? And there's something I did. So sorry, tangent. So I was talking to Antonio Palacios from the Cultworthy podcast and Back to the Balcony, and we were talking about Over the Top. I forgot that Terry Funk was in that movie. He's one of the henchmen in the movie.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And he fights Sylvester Stallone. And out of kayfabe, Sylvester Stallone beats Terry Funk.
Boom.
Should never happen.
Never would happen.
Never would happen. No. Chainsaw Charlie.
That's jobbing.
That's jobbing. Yeah, fuck you, Sylvester.
I think the Conor return is jobbing too. I think it'll be more than one fight.
I think it's going to be more than one fight, but I think
I think it'll be like 1 year worth of fights, maybe like 2 fights, and he's gone.
And that's what
maybe
I'm saying.
3.
I think he's going to give you.
As soon as he loses again, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah. But I think he's gonna taper off because you get a taste of Hollywood, and he got paid out pretty well for that movie too. Why wouldn't you just go? It's less stress on your body. You get to take all the steroids you want to. You can punch old guys in the bar. It's whatever. Like you can do whatever you want.
Does he do an American accent in this movie?
I hope so.
If he doesn't, the next movie he's in, I want him cast as an American just to see how he does it.
He's like, do you have any non-dairy creamer?
I need some soy milk. Where's my fucking soy milk?
So, Adam, number 3 here. Jade Cargill was booked perfectly at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I think she was well within her abilities. I think she did great. There was one stutter step part of the whole freaking thing.
Yeah.
Don't even know if it was her fault. Somebody else might have been out of position. That's a clusterfuck of a match to debut in.
It is, yeah.
Especially if you're not just going in and out. Like she was in there for quite a while. Stare down with Bianca, which is
beautiful.
We talked about a few weeks
with
ago.
The military press going.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Which we only hoped might have happened this year, and now it looks like it might be the Mania program. I mean, after the reaction they got, I think it should be.
Dude, that crowd went crazy.
If you're not putting her in there against Bianca, you better get Jordan Grace in there or something let's do this. I think
still my heart.
I think you could do Bianca and her and do Jordan Grace and Ivy Nile.
Oh yeah, that'd be
who's
good.
Up and coming for WWE. Put those two together.
That would be.
You have really interesting women's programs going into Mania, and you have 2 nights to do it. So let's do some mid card.
Absolutely.
Feuds, everything doesn't have to be for the title. Let's get some.
Well, that's what I was always saying. If you looked at some of the female talent that WWE has now, and they have arguably the best women's division. The only second runner up here is TNA. TNA has one of the best women's divisions in pro wrestling. You have tons of women that are so talented. They don't need titles. They don't need those kind of programs to run a great match. And I think Jade Cargill is showing that she's one of those people. I would love to see her against Bianca Belair because I do believe this is going over because she was booked perfectly at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I mean, perfectly is a big word. I don't think it could have been any better, though. So I'm going to say going over
What
as
else
well.
do you want?
Right.
She got to display all of her strength. She looked amazing.
She eliminated Becky Lynch. Like, come on.
And Nia Jax in the most impressive way. Not like, I'm going to push you over the ropes. I'm going to pick you up and put you over. And here's the thing. I know some of you...
Didn't even tear a tricep.
That's right, Phil. But some of you guys don't watch wrestling like we do. Just to put it in perspective for you, Jade Cargill is a muscle mommy, and Nia Jax is of a larger stature. So it would be quite a feat to see that be imposed on Nia Jax, and she did it almost effortlessly, I would say. Like
right.
she and safely. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
Safely over the rope. I was very impressed by this.
Yeah, I didn't see anything dangerous out of
No.
Cargill, which is more important than not botching a move. It was like everything seemed safe, but seemed realistic. Yeah. Like it was good. It was
all
really
that
good.
work she did down in the Performance Center is paying off.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Last one here. WWE has more working relationships beyond TNA, including the New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL. You know, that's the rumor here that they're opening what Triple H called a stupid thing of a door that someone.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a stupid thing.
The Forbidden Door.
Going back to before we went on hiatus, the Forbidden Door is a stupid thing.
It's a really dumb name.
Made by bad creative, and it's dead.
I'm tired, and I work with fucking children.
No, I don't think so. I think everybody else that's of importance is signed up to work with AEW, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they are going to try to poach talent that are coming up on their contracts from everywhere else. But I don't think there's going to be this friendly working relationship with anybody but TNA, at least for the next year. So that one's jobbing.
I think so, too. I think TNA is rife with talent, and you're going to really see WWE take advantage of that. But I think, too, like, if Jordynne Grace came on and she did that well in the Rumble, it highlights TNA. TNA numbers went up on Thursday. You really saw – and the other thing that was really cool is that you got to see Jordynne Grace and Naomi tie it back up again because Naomi dropped the title to Jordan before she came back to WWE. It's long form storytelling over two companies, which you've never seen.
Which was also fun because she came in and they like hugged and then went right into like forearm shivers. Yeah, boom, right off the bat.
So
looking better than most of the gentlemen in AEW, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
With those forearm shivers,
really good.
Way snugger.
Yeah, very crisp.
Yeah,
just like so beautiful. Jordynne Grace,
it was awesome.
I love you. I love Jordynne Grace. I think that was such a great addition to the Rumble. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, good. I mean, good surprises, good debuts, good surprises. The men's Rumble was a little more predictable with their surprises and call-ups, but like
I didn't wait 10 years.
Some great call-ups. And for somebody that doesn't watch NXT a lot, holy crap! Can Braun Breaker? He's got to change the name. I can't say it.
Too many B's.
God, can he run the ropes?
He goes.
He hit them so hard. I thought that he was going to break them.
I thought for sure when he first hit and it was to the back to the front, I was like, he's going to go through the ropes. But did you see, before we go into a break here, the reports were, because of Brock's tie-in to everything that's going on with Vince McMahon, that Braun Breaker came in. There's like, here's the script with all of Brock's spots. You just do these spots. And he was like, gotcha.
Yep, that's good with me.
Yeah, he's like, I'll come in, I'll do that. And I will say, going over or jobbing, this is going over. He did it better than Brock would have.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he is a better worker. He's more agreeable to what's going on.
He most certainly is. Yeah, I like Braun Breaker. I liked him a little bit in NXT.
And his uncle is awesome.
Yeah, most certainly.
His dad's in some trouble. But his uncle is awesome.
That's Steiner math. And if you want to know about Steiner math, you can find out about it in the break because we are going to talk about our friends in the break. So,
I don't know nothing about you, Smojo. You just fat.
You have a 63.3% chance of eating that sub. So we're going to go into a break and talk about our friends. So if you support our friends and you support us, and we support us, we do some pretty cool stuff. So we're going to see you on the other side.
I'm going to go have a little drink with Dan.
Hey, Ann Barner. Hey, Karen Beatty. We need a promo. You know, like where we talk about what we do on our podcast.
On our Sugar-Coated Murder podcast? Like how we love to bake and talk about murder?
That's what we need to talk about.
There you go.
I think we've talked about it. Y'all find us on all your favorite listening apps.
Stay sweet.
And don't murder.
Because if you kill people,
we will talk about you.
Welcome back. Hopefully you heard something that you like, because again, when you support our friends and you support us, and when you support us, we do some pretty cool stuff. So we are in round 2. Adam decided to go through all of Pittsburgh to find some of the best beers in the burg. Put that all together. What do we got? Round 2 beers. What are we drinking?
Hell yeah, man. We got some East End on our hands, which is a local brewery here in Pittsburgh out of Larimer with a tap room in Mount Lebanon. And this is their R&R Hellas Lager coming in at 5.6%.
Daddy.
And we wanted to promote this because they did this beer in collaboration with Rich Romanko, who was a home brewer that won in this category at the trash competition last year.
Richie!
Yeah, and we are slowly but surely progressing to the trash competition this year.
That's right.
But yeah, they just released this a few weeks ago. So like I said, get out to Larimer, get out to the Mount Lebanon tap room, and grab yourself some.
Amazing.
I have already had it, so
Yeah.
I know, but give your thoughts on it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so it is in a collaboration with trash competitor, award-winning Rich Romanko.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I know. So Hellas Lager.
You drunk fuck.
Sorry. It's been a minute. So the Hellas Lager here, it's beautiful, man. It's nice and clean. It's crisp. It's got a little bit of bite to it. It's great. Dude, that's a beautiful pour.
Beautiful clarity.
Yeah. Oh, this is exactly what you want out of a Hellas. Great flavor profiles, and just a nice little bit of bitterness right at the end.
Yeah. Good malty flavor.
Oh, it's delicious.
Very clean. I had it the night it tapped. It's
Yeah.
actually even cleaner and crisper now that it's sat in the can for a little bit.
So was Rich involved with the brew?
Yeah, he was on the brew day. They did a release party for him
Oh, that's nice.
about 2.5 weeks ago by the time you listen to this. Yeah, great time. They did a really cool thing. They got a couple other local Hellases, and
Yeah.
they like lined them up. And you did a blind tasting, and you had to guess whose was whose.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was fun. It was a fun little event.
Yeah.
Got a good turnout for it.
Wonderful.
I got wrecked on a Wednesday night. It was good. It was a good time.
Papa Bachelor likes to kind of traverse the world on Wednesdays.
Weeknight drinking's like my new day drinking.
It's what old guys do, honestly. Like during the day, I don't want to deal with all
Right.
of you.
Except for Sunday. Then I still day drink.
Well, the Steelers, what are we going to do?
I don't know. I just threw that can better than anybody we got on. Except for you, Rudolph. You're my hero.
That's right. You're coming back, and you're going to lead this team to an AFC
Britsky
wild
can
card.
go to hell.
So, Adam, we have a delicious beer for round 2, and
We sure do.
we have something coming up here soon in February. The big game.
The big game.
Because you can't say Super Bowl when you start talking about bets.
We can. We are sponsored by the NFL. Roger Goodell, good friend of the podcast.
No.
The Super Bowl
No.
is coming.
No. Don't do that.
Dude, I'm feeling pretty hot. I got a cease and desist from Taylor Swift's music company.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because I've been hunting a fucking cease and desist for a long time, and you finally got one from her.
Yeah, it was an Instagram takedown of my video.
Still counts.
Close enough to see. I really want a cease and desist from her,
Yeah.
signed by her.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, I got her autograph.
That's pretty sick. Yeah. Dude, I've been waiting for a cease and desist. I've been making fun of shit for so long.
I made that video over 2 years ago to get pulled down by Taylor Swift, and it finally
I
happened.
did. Yeah. She's like, I'm on my Eras tour. I'm not letting this happen.
I'm not letting you make no money on your beer you made 2 years ago and never brewed again.
It's delicious.
I will follow your order, Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift's lawyer.
Yes, mommy. So the big game is on the way, and Taylor Swift isn't the only snack on the menu.
But she is the MVP.
She is, or Travis Kelce's a snack, depending on what you're doing. So
Got real sassy. In the
I
Can-
did.
the Carolinas.
I did. Yes. But every Super Bowl party has the quintessential snacks like wings, Swedish meatballs,
yeah.
pizza bites, garage beers, so on and so forth. The things that you would consume normally for a Super Bowl party. But what if your friends suck? They already popped into your head, didn't they? I said that to you, and you think of your friend that sucks at snacks. Well, if they did, and they suck, they would probably try to sneak some of these snacks that we found on a Huffington Post, because they put out 11 snacks that you should not be anywhere near in a Super Bowl party.
Oh, yeah. And a few months back when we restarted the podcast, we covered our Mount Rushmore that we are now calling our Monongahela River of the worst possible snacks.
Yes.
So we want to compare what our top 8 were, see if the Huffington Post has any of these while we do our ground and pound here.
Absolutely. So we're going to run through all 11 here. We're going to see, hey, man, is this a snack that you probably shouldn't see at a party, or is this passable? And I'm going to start with number 1 here, and I can't believe that I have to say this. I don't know. I think I talk about this snack more than anything. Kale chips. I've never wanted to have sticky shit on my mouth that looks like a blue swamp thing. I just don't fucking want them.
You want some dried out seaweed?
Yeah, I don't want that shit.
Oh, man. No. It's the worst thing that's ever been made into a chip.
Yeah.
Do not bring it to a Super Bowl party. If you need to be health conscious, keep it in your pocket or something. Like, don't share it.
You just like sneaking kale chips.
Bring a couple personally. Your lips just turn green. Be like, dude, what are you doing over there?
I was like, nothing. No, dude, like banana chips, apple chips, dried apricots. I all those
All
are
still really lame
but passable.
party snacks, way more passable than kale chips.
Kale chips suck. And they're like, oh, these ones have ranch on them. Ranch sucks too. Fuck off. I don't care about that. You sprinkle magic dust on them and think I'm going to like them more? No.
Would you eat a turd if it was sprinkled with nacho cheese dust? No.
Nacho cheese dust though?
Kale chip with nacho cheese? No. It's a turd. It's a turd. It's a bad snack. You're a bad friend.
Yeah. And why would you give that to us? Why? The next thing here, though, too.
We're not health conscious. Not on the big game day.
Nah, not on.
Not on the Goodell wank session.
So number 2 here we have lettuce, but it's not on a burger. It's not in a dip. It's just lettuce. You just have a lettuce.
I don't know if that's a bad friend. He might just be on hard times. If you're just bringing a head of lettuce, like, dude, you got some problems.
Or he does meth.
You better at least bring some like classy romaine, a little bit crisper. If it's iceberg lettuce, ask him if he needs help filing his unemployment paperwork.
He brings the bag. He just brings the bag of like the mix.
Still wet from the from the sprayer. The giant Ogle sprayer's still on it. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the word. Like, what? Don't do that. I don't think. I don't need your lettuce.
Although I'd rather eat it. I'd rather eat it than a kale chip.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kale chips are still losing exponentially.
Oh yeah.
What about canapes? So
I don't even know what that is.
So this is smoked salmon on a small little piece of toast.
That's probably classy. That's probably a nice snack. I'm not a big smoked salmon fan. I don't like lox. I don't like salmon in general. That might be okay.
I just want to throw this out there, Adam.
If you have fans of like Taylor Swift and not a fan of either football team,
you're going to entertain them. Yeah.
If they call it Taylor Swift's football team, they'll probably like it.
Which I'm so down for, by the way, because I love watching grown men get real mad.
I just hate Patrick Mahomes. I don't want him to win anything else ever.
Hate you. If McCaffrey doesn't win, I'm
crybaby.
If McCaffrey doesn't win, we're rioting.
It's like RVD in the 2000s. Cena wins, we ride.
So the smoked salmon, all I can think about is all the beer I'm drinking, and I'm going to eat smoked salmon, and then I'm going to fart uncontrollably.
That's okay. It's forgivable at the big game party.
At the big game. So, Adam, what about anything with skinny in the title, like skinny vodka, skinny margarita, skinny Cal ice cream, et cetera, et cetera?
Not a fan.
Yeah.
That's your day. That's your party.
Yeah.
That's your day to be. I don't even want to see low fat, let alone the skinny products.
So, have you ever had skinny Cal ice cream?
Full fat French dip or French onion dip, and let's rip it on everything.
Have you ever had skinny Cal ice cream?
I have.
It's the worst.
Well, I've had and I've only had it in like ice cream sandwiches, which wasn't the worst, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I had like the Halo ice cream, which is like super reduced. I think it's even less calories than the skinny.
Yeah, but they use
that was awful.
But they use those fake sweeteners in that.
That
one.
tasted awful. It tasted like the Italian ice almost, but like with cream in it. It was gross.
But that's what skinny Cal tastes like to me. It tastes like ice milk.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's gross. Also, too,
give me that full fat. Give me that sugar.
If you give me ice cream while I'm drinking beers, you're asking for it.
Spoiler alert to a later question about how I feel about ice cream.
Also, spoiler, I'm going to paint your toilet bowl. If you give me ice cream.
Especially like skinny girl ice cream.
If I eat kale chips, lettuce, canapes.
Oh, yeah, you're fucked.
Skinny Cal ice cream, I'm painting your toilet.
Give them some raw beef, too. It'll just push it all out.
Oh, dude, Daddy's going to town.
Those farts are pushing out the poo.
How about number 5 here? A fancy cheese plate. which means like brie and all that fun shit.
I'm down with that. I'm even more there than the smoked salmon. That's a fancy, classy dish for your friend to bring. And I love fancy cheese, as long as it's not Limburger.
Yeah.
Don't bring Limburger. That smells too bad. Everybody's gonna think somebody farted the whole time.
Also, too,
But I love a good cheese plate.
I couldn't tell. So, yeah. What's your favorite
Goes
cheese?
good with hot dogs.
What's your favorite cheese?
Manchego. It's Spanish cheese. That is my favorite.
Can you describe it to our listeners?
It's actually very mild. It's I don't know. It's not a super soft cheese. It's not as soft as brie.
Okay.
It's kind of a little stiffer, but
Yeah.
just delicious. Very mild. Goes well with a good prosciutto, a good charcuterie meat. It's good stuff.
How
about you?
Well,
Kraft singles.
provolone. Provolone cheese is pretty good.
Get yourself some manchego. It's not really expensive either. It's very good.
I'll tell you this. I talked to one of my coworkers at one point, and they had mentioned getting this brie that was coated in espresso.
Ooh, I'd be down for that.
And
I do like brie.
I don't know what the hell you would call that.
My wife really likes brie, so I have a lot of brie.
Good. Yeah, I got a little wedge of it because I wanted to see what it would taste like. It didn't survive. Like I got the first thing and put it on a little piece of toast, and I was like, "What is this?"
You know what else is good? A good smoked Gouda.
Yeah. Oh,
some salami. Oh man, say less. I'm saying.
So are we saying that the fancy cheese plate is elevated?
That's fine. That shouldn't be on the list. Okay. Huffington Post. You suck.
What about non-alcoholic beer?
Get the fuck out of my house.
Bye.
I got bottled water.
If you want non-alcoholic beer, don't come to our place. But if you want non-alcoholic beverages, we have like Topo Chicos. We have we have fun stuff.
There's way better. There's no point in drinking. They don't taste good.
They're not good at all.
They don't taste good. Do an NA seltzer. I'll respect you more.
Absolutely.
Even those NA there's NA pre-made cocktails.
Yeah. Those are really good.
Dude, my NA choice is just like the Giant Eagle brand, grocery store brand seltzer water. I can crush those all day.
So I like the lemon one.
I like lemon and lime are my top two.
It's really good.
I know it's interchangeable for me. I can do either or.
I do enjoy that. Yeah, there's tons of other options to have other than non-alcoholic beer has this weird taste.
It has a weird aftertaste.
Yeah, I don't like it. So yeah, just go dude. You know what my favorite non-alcoholic beer is? Coffee. Just
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And can I add on to that?
Sure.
Even if you bring alcoholic beer and you bring Michelob Ultra, I'll show you where
Absolutely.
You don't even get to go out the front door.
Nope.
You're going out the back door. You're walking through the mud.
Yeah, that's where my dog shits, and you get to walk through it.
I'd rather you drink NA beer than Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Because
Miller Lite's 1 calorie more. Come on.
Yeah, and it's more flavor.
Way more flavor.
Who's drinking that shit? It's fucking terrible.
Get yourself some Icy Light.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bobby Nacho.
Right there. You can't see it on the camera. It's right behind.
It's right behind me right here. We have a lot of it. So Adam, what about cocktails that require more than 2 ingredients? This is where Daddy gets a little.
I'm okay with it. I'm not mixing them though. Like
Correct.
if there's a person that's designated that wants to be a bartender and wants to mix them up, especially if you're the person that brought it, you're dedicating yourself to also mix the drinks for everybody.
Yeah.
And then it's fine and classy. But if you're putting that on the host, you're a piece of shit.
I'm going to put it out here like this. If you bring the stuff for me to make it, like if you bring the stuff for me to make an old fashioned, don't get mad the way I make my old fashioned.
Oh, definitely not. Even if you're willing to make it. Like you're already hosting.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be put out to do anything but watch that game.
Correct.
And grab people beers and point people in the direction of where shit is.
Well, because I've already done enough shit around the
You've
party.
done it all for the plan. Yeah, you're done.
But I tell you right now, the way I make my old fashioned, it would make traditionalists pretty pissed off. It's like whiskey, splash of butter, splash of orange, splash of cherry, a little cherry on top. Smoke.
Which isn't traditional. I mean, there are smoked old fashioned. Do you do Angostura bitters or do you do orange bitters?
Orange bitters. Yeah, I do orange bitters. Yeah,
I do. Well, I don't do any of them. But when Lori
does.
When Lori makes one, I say, "Hey, throw one in for me." I think she throws both in.
Yeah,
but I do like orange bitters.
Orange bitters just give it that extra little punch. Adam, what about fake meat? But I want to remind you that the guy who made Impossible Burgers will do coke. He will chase you in a parking garage, and he will punch out your windshield with one stroke.
He bit a dude's nose off.
Yeah.
Because he needed some sort of meat.
Yeah. He needed protein that came from a real animal.
If you need to bring it for your own dietary restrictions, that's fine. Do not share it with the group. Do not impose it on the group. Do not insist they try it. They've probably already tried it and don't like it.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you bring fake chicken nuggets, they're the worst. There's never been a fake meat chicken nugget I've ever had.
Usually it's the seitan, which is like a tofu nugget. Yeah.
It's super tough.
Yeah, it's kind of rubbery.
And I'm talking from a point.
But again, like if it's your dietary, if it's your point of personal preference, like go for it, use it, eat it. Yeah, like I'm not gonna be offended if you eat it next to me. Yeah. Just don't be like, here comes the airplane. Like I'm not doing that. Not doing that. I like a black bean burger, and that's about it.
Yeah, I like a good black bean burger. I like
I like tofu as tofu. Don't call it,
bro.
Don't call it a chicken breast.
I'm throwing it out there right now. General says tofu is one of my favorite things to eat. I love it
when compared to other tofu.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if it was on fried chicken, I'd rather have it on the chicken.
Absolutely. So, Adam, what about overly decorated cupcakes or cookies? And I have a reason why I don't like these, but I want to see what you think.
I'm okay with an overly decorated cookie, but the cupcakes I just look like I'm in second grade. I get the icing all up on my nose. It's not good. And then I got to get up and go to the sink. A cookie I can pretty much just house. You'd have to put a lot for me not to fit it in this gullet.
Well, the only reason why I don't want to go with this is because there's so many obstacles in my way. Like you're like, oh, there's all this icing and M&Ms and chocolate chips and this royal icing and this piping and you're just like, try it, fat fuck.
And this year for the big game, it's all red. Both teams are red. So you're gonna look like fucking Rudolph by the time you're done with it.
It's all red going in and it's all green coming out. I'm Green Bay Packers whenever I go.
Oh, I ate San Francisco versus Kansas City, but it came out Green Bay versus the Browns.
Vince Lombardi, where are you? Why do you keep giving me your hardest challenges?
If I do a Lambo leap, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Get the fucking boost. So, Adam, quinoa is coming in number 10. Fuck off.
I mean, that would be like bringing rice even to a party.
That?
Like that's not a thing for a party. It's great to go with if you're a healthy living and eating it with your chicken breast for dinner the night before the game. Fine,
but you're bringing that to my house.
Nah, you're not ever bringing that. Like a less weird thing to bring would be a bowl of rice. And why are you bringing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. There's a part. I brought cream corn. It's not Thanksgiving. It's the Super Bowl.
Oh, you brought cream corn, like cream street corn, like you smoked? No, just like cans of cream corn.
Great value right here.
It makes that sound when it comes out.
I put a block of cream cheese in it for your diarrhea.
Do you watch that IG thing where it's like, it's like keep talking to you, add a brick of cream cheese?
We're going to talk politics today until they add a brick of cream cheese.
And then I'm going to add a brick of cream cheese right now.
There it is. And he just cuts the video. It's beautiful. I follow that account.
I do too. It's beautiful. Last but not least here, Adam, we have mimosas, bellinis, literally anything that's a sugar bomb that should not be consumed for a 6-hour period of time.
You got to bring it for the fancy gentlemen, and you got to bring it for the ladies.
Okay.
I think it's a viable option. It is totally fine. I am not drinking that for 6 hours. But if they're an option along with those fancy cocktails, I'll have one.
I can't bring myself.
I won't drink them for the whole Super Bowl.
Way.
Oh, you know when I'd have one?
Yeah.
Halftime show.
Oh, halftime.
Little halftime. Mimosa and a halftime
with
show.
Usher. Usher.
Said yeah.
Did an A-town stop. Yeah, I think I would probably. Yeah, I think at halftime would be fun. Yeah, while I'm drinking my multi-ingredient.
I hope Downstraight's the guest star for that. They just play Cody Rhodes' entrance music. I heard they're from they're not in Georgia. I heard they're from Las Vegas. Shit. Fuck that up.
Where's Panic at the Disco at?
I think Usher's from
Retard. So, Adam, I think the list here is pretty comprehensive. The only one we're really chasing out of here is probably that fancy cheese plate. I do enjoy a good cheese.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm good with that. I'm good with the cocktail. Again, there's like qualifiers, though.
Yeah.
You're not bringing the ingredients and making the host do mimosas or cocktails.
Because that's dickheaded.
But if you're volunteering to bartend and you bring all the stuff to make them, do it. Fine. I'll drink one.
I'm down for it. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to put the Huffington Post article in our show notes. You can check it out yourself. And if you have a snack that you think sucks at Super Bowl party, let us know, and we'll pick it apart
For
too.
the most part, they did all right.
I think they did a good job here. So Adam, we're moving into your favorite segment in the second half.
Oh, question from the internet.
Questions from the internet. So Adam, I have to ask you, number one, what was popular to hate when you were a teenager?
Sit back, take notes, son. Skinny jeans, the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Nickelback, reading. All of it was lame.
Reading?
Yeah. This all sucks.
So like whenever you
Going to school, not smoking cigarettes.
I only had one, and it was hating Hanson. Mbop.
Dude, that was big too.
People, and I tell you right now, I'm a 37-year-old man. I go back and listen to that album, and guess what? It's pretty fucking good.
Dude, I lived on a triad of principles when I was a teenager.
Okay.
New metal, cigarettes, coffee.
Still does.
And did all of those things at the local Kings and pissed everybody off. Such a little asshole.
You had a faux hawk too when you were doing it.
Yeah, for most of the time.
Yeah.
I either had the long hair or the Liberty Spikes or the faux hawk. But yeah, man. Oh, that Kings. And that was before Kings. So while I was a teenager, they got a smoking section.
Yeah.
Like the local Kings didn't have one when
And
I
they put
first
one
hit my
in.
teen. By the time I was driving myself
Okay.
there was a smoking section.
Is that when you were driving the Crapalier? Did you have the Crapalier at that time? Or the
Yes.
Buick?
Nope, Crapalier.
Yeah.
Well, I had the Crapalier and then the Caddy. Or no.
Did you have a Buick? Did you have a Buick?
No, it was a Cadillac. I had the
Cadillac, yeah.
Cadillac.
The Caddy was fun.
Yeah.
I did have a lot of fun with the Cadillac.
Yeah, Black Ice took that out.
Whoops. Yeah, but I would say like Hanson's Mbop, because I remember being in baseball and people were like, "This is so stupid. Did you hear this song by these three chicks?" And I was like, "They're dudes, I think."
Oh, the Dixie Chicks? No.
No. But I remember making fun of my one friend because he thought for sure the middle one was a chick, and he kept like,
Understandable.
and we were like 14, 15. He's like, I mean, at least she's hot, you know. And I was like, hey man, I got a little bit bad news for you. So that's a dude.
They are the Hanson brothers.
Yeah,
Not siblings.
I mean, it's okay. You do what you gotta do, but I'm just letting you know. Like, I know this is gonna be hard for you to swallow, but that's a dude. No, it's not. It's a chick. It's a chick. And when I don't know how I proved it. There's something like with TRL.
His name, I think his name was Zach. So
yeah. Well, Zach could be spelled with a Q.
or,
I guess.
oh no,
don't
I think
know.
his name was Taylor or something. I think. I don't remember.
But anyway, I remember the
Zach was the youngest one. He was
point,
the drummer.
The point when I proved it, and the regret that I saw, it was like Quagmire on Family Guy. It was like, oh my god, like it was the same thing.
Fun fact about the Hanson
Yeah.
brothers: they
Yeah.
own a brewery now in Oklahoma.
Do they really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's any good, but
In Oklahoma
yeah.
City?
It might be in like Tulsa. It's somewhere in the state. We can look it up after the pod.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
road trip.
Are you heading there? Are we heading there?
We should.
We'll interview him on the pod.
No, like I loved your music. I want to love your beer.
Decaying with the Hanson boys. Yeah, I mean, but like a really short answer is like I hated everything about TRL, but I watched TRL because like Korn and Limp Bizkit would like make the climb.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they'd always get beat up by the boy bands.
Weird Al Yankovic.
And it just made me want to get wider jeans.
Jinkos.
Jinkos just ain't cutting it anymore.
Get those UFOs with the strings. So, Adam, number 2 here. What is something you do that is considered, quote, girly, but you're not ashamed to admit?
Yeah, there's something I enjoy that I don't do super often, which is mani-pedis. They feel fucking phenomenal.
Dude, and if anyone hates that, you just haven't had one.
So I'm down for that. But as I've gotten older and bigger and sweatier, I do use a face lotion now that has like a matting. So I'm basically... I'm using like a very low level foundation just so I'm not so shiny.
Okay.
Not today though. I don't know what I look like on the camera.
Pretty good. I'm looking at you right now. You look sexy. Look at you.
I don't have it on today, but I like wear it to work and stuff.
So to put you at ease, buddy, I have. Here we go.
But mani-pedis are huge.
They're so much fun.
I do not like spending money on them, but if
Yeah.
if the wife's going, I might tag along.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to get pampered, and it's not weird. Just go get one.
Oh, it makes your feet feel so good.
So good. So, Adam, I should let you know I have a hair care routine, clearly, because
Oh, obviously, yeah.
beautiful. I use mint extract in my hair. to keep my locks beautiful and luscious. And
So bouncy.
they are.
Should talk to Scott Stapp.
And I wish I could. Oh, the secrets we would share. And then I use a face routine. So I have a facial scrub, I have a facial peel, and then I have a facial lotion that I use, much like yours.
I do have a lotion. I have a non-matte lotion that I just put on at night.
I have a matte lotion that has SPF 15 in it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I do have an SPF face lotion for the summertime.
It's when you get past the age of 30, if you're not taking care of things that everyone sees all the time, you're kind of a dick.
Oh, I already have like severe sun damage under this hat, like right along my hairline, just from getting sunburnt younger.
It's my neck.
Ooh,
it's all my neck and my shoulders.
I got it on my neck too,
real bad. So I'm trying to repair that.
Sunscreen is important.
Yeah. Last but not least here, Adam, what food is your guilty pleasure?
Dude, we touched on it earlier. I thought tacos, I thought tacos and I thought wings right off the bat. Okay. I was like, you know what? I don't feel guilty after I eat those. I just know I'm going to eat them. My guilty pleasure 100% is ice cream.
Yeah?
Because I will eat it. I will not stop eating it till it's gone. And I feel terrible about it once it's done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm lactose intolerant too.
But I feel wonderful while it's going down the hatch.
Absolutely.
But if I get a thing of Ben and Jerry's that's 4 servings, I'm eating the whole thing. I think it's a pint. They're little.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's what they always come in. I'm eating the whole thing.
It looks small enough where you're like, I won't feel guilty
Just
eating
can't
all
stop.
this.
There are, some flavors, if it's rum raisin or something, I can stop at a scoop.
Americone Dream.
Oh, I'm down on the whole thing.
Yeah, it's gone.
Anything cookies and cream. Down on the whole thing. That's my favorite. That specifically is my favorite.
So I would say my guilty pleasure, the thing that I cannot stop eating is pork fried rice noodles.
Oh,
Dude, there's some. It's.
I thought you were gonna say kale chips.
Blowing swamp thing. No, but so it's the pork fried rice noodles. Those little beautiful, crispy little white noodles that get the little bit of green onion in them. And just a little bit of the carrot slaw that goes in there. I'm getting hungry right now thinking about it. There's a place by me. It's a great Chinese restaurant, and you can get a pint of that for $7. And I'm going to say this right now.
You do it on the sly multiple times a week?
Sometimes when I have a hard day, as I'm driving home, I call, and I'm like, Ayoma.
Hook me up.
And they do, and I walk in, and they're like, "Hey, Matt, it's $7," and
awesome.
I get a pint of it, and I'm just into my car with chopsticks.
No, you're not. You use your hands.
Yeah, dude. Just fucking scooping them out, and just force feeding myself noodles. No, dude, those things. I forget. They're Fun Lo Mei or something like that. I can't remember what the hell they're called, but. I know in American we call them the pork fried rice noodles.
Speaking of which, you got to show up for a podcast early one day, and we got to do the Penang curry pad thai that I talked about on Casting Views. Originated here on Brew Days.
So good, man, and that came from a little place right near us.
Yeah, right down here, Angkor, and it's on the edge of Crafton.
Yeah, edge of Crafton. Yeah, dude, talk about a treat. That thing is a delicious treat
and a great hangover cure.
Absolutely, yeah. There have been many times I come in here and you're like, we need to brew this 46-pound beer. I'm like, can we get Penang?
Well, mine's definitely, I paid you in Penang curry for
it was awesome.
6 months.
It was the best.
Yeah, but ice cream is definitely my guilty pleasure because I haven't had it since September. I really can't do it because it's just boom. And I like the high. I'm not doing the healthy ones. I want full sugar, full milk fat, full make my belly hurt, brain freeze, everything. Let's do it.
I appreciate that. I like your honesty.
And also right here in Green Tree, there's Anthony's ice cream. Dude, the friggin' best.
Dude, so let me
I do have to limit myself to 2 scoops there because if I get 3, I'm going to eat 3 every time.
Well, also too because their 3 scoops are
oh yeah, their 2 scoops are more than I need.
Absolutely.
And I want to try a couple different flavors.
The best thing though too they have at that place is the pup cup. So
yes.
If you take your
we
dog,
always get a pup cup.
Yeah, you take your dog over there. It's like a peanut butter based dog safe.
Yeah,
ice
I think
cream.
it's peanut butter and banana based lactose free ice cream.
Dude,
it's dog friendly.
I had both
and they
my
package
dogs
it to
there.
go all the time. So even if your dog's not with you, you can take it home to your pup. It's good stuff.
And my dogs have never not annihilated it.
It's not the closest thing. It is craft ice cream.
Oh, absolutely.
What craft beer is to beer,
Yeah.
that's craft ice cream. Like, he's putting weird ingredients in ice cream and
he does it
fucking
West
killing
Coast
it.
style too. That's his big thing. Like, I do West Coast craft ice cream.
yeah, it's good shit.
And it's so good, yeah. So Adam, we are at the end of this episode. It's so good to come back from
Good. I got to go get some ice cream.
It's so good to be back from South Carolina. I missed you. I'm glad that we get back here in the Jojitorium and get a new episode out there for everybody.
Thanks for saving some barbecue sauce I can lick off your fingers. I appreciate that.
I thought we were going to talk about it later.
Oh, we're still recording?
Yeah. Because we're What's on Tap and where can you find us?
Right off the top, I would like to thank all of our listeners and friends that came out for the Rumble party. Matt didn't get to see you this year. He might be here next year. He might tear his tricep. Who knows? But he'll try to be here next year. But I had a blast down here in the Jojitorium with all you guys. Still putting the brewery back together from cleaning it up for enough seating for everybody. So it was a great time. But in the meantime, we do have the cream ale on that's coming in at 5.5%, 5.3%. Sorry, folks. We have a bunch of the bubbly left that's coming in at a little over 9%. We have the new one to the list, the Black Mass Oatmeal Stout, right under 5% at 4.9%, and a very little bit of that Merry Crisis that's about to kick, coming in at 6%. And once that leaves, we will have the Irish Red Ale on. That will be a good 4.5%, just crusher.
Is that going back to Red is Better?
Yeah, sometimes red is better. It's coming back.
Red is Better. It's a great Pet Cemetery.
It is in the fermenter now. It'll probably be on tap a week from when you're listening to this.
It's one of my favorite beers you make. Yeah, so if you know what's going on, I'm down here in the Jojitorium or the Brew Lab. It's _brew on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. You know what's going on, the boys down here in Jojitorium? We are at DWTB on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube, everything. You start with social, end it with media, put in at DWTB, you're going to find us.
Everything's free. Join the best listeners in the biz.
Because
they're listening here.
We put the spotlight on the people that you want to know about.
And we'll answer your questions.
And we'll answer your questions.
You are the questions from the internet.
Welcome to the show.
I like ice cream. I like turtles.
So, until next time, where we're down here just drinking on some of the best beers in the burg and just getting back into the rhythm of things here. Until next time, cheers.
Sugar-coated murder.
Fucking love you.
Apollo Creed. Carl Weathers. Oh, let's do the Carl Weathers. You son of a bitch. Oh, that's as jacked as my arm is right now. Carl Weathers, R.I.P.
It's like we never stopped.
I don't think we should. I think we need to start making this daily. What do you folks think? Be a news podcast.
Please don't do this to me.
Newsly wants to drop us from sponsorship. We'll take you over.
You think you can stop us?
You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
Big Dan.
No. Sorry. Just do the taunt spamming. 3 Doors Down is cool. We're tagging them.
Oh, I'm definitely tagging them.
Did you see their lead singer has long hair? It's real creepy.
Yeah. He
looks
was creepy without long hair.
He looks like a fucking serial killer. Mm-hmm. He kind of looks like a frog if frogs had teeth.
Nah, I can only think about frogs with teeth. Oh, that'd be terrifying for a fly. Think about that.
If a frog growled at you, woo!
Shit's getting weird down here.
We've been away from each other for 2 weeks. Watch out.
Here we go.